Alright, good afternoon. It's Wednesday, August 7th, and today I want to share some trade ideas and concepts with you. Didn't do any trading really whatsoever today. Just had lunch with a friend, took it easy. It's not a trading market for me personally. It's a light kind of trading activity right now, and the market is extremely overstretched. But I do want to share some insights that there were some good couple of little stocks out there. CSC Computer Science Corp had a nice little run today. If you take a look at it, it hit the resistance points over here earlier in March, and then also again in May. And finally over here it broke out today. So that's when you would have entered the stock, and as it rose you would have took a little bit of profits, or you would have took some off. Now, also another nice trade that I looked at, which I missed as I was at lunchtime, was TWX. It was in the news, but it didn't really catch my eye. I didn't really look for it or anything like that, just because the market, the way it's acting, it's not the fantastic trading environment at the moment. So wait for the charts to set up. But looking at the intraday chart right here, you can see how it was basing here on this triangle pattern, or just support pattern. But if you look at the triangle pattern, you can kind of see it, sort of like this. And then finally it broke right around this region right here. And that's when you would have stepped in on the short side for the day trade only. Now, day trading, it's quick, it's kind of painful, so I don't recommend doing it. But when stocks jump up or bounce up so high, there's people that are going to take profits, and that's why they sell off like this. This is what they do. This is what happens, is when stocks bounce up, they tend to sell off. So it's called a gap and fade, and that's kind of what you do when things like this happen, and in this type of environment. So different environments require different techniques and strategies. On this one, this is how I would have played it if you were looking at TWX, but I didn't play this one either. I was watching Facebook a little bit today, just because it had this gap earlier in the last week or two, and just to see what it's doing, what it's acting, if it's going to transform into a leader. I'm trying to figure it out a little bit, and just watching the action of what's happening. Now, if you look at the intraday, I'm watching these two support and resistance lines right here, and if it breaks that resistance line right up there, I will probably step in, depending on how it breaks. If it breaks on heavy volume, then I'll step in with a nice chunk of shares. If it breaks on low volume, then I might step in lightly. So we'll see how the price and action continues, and if it pushes against it a little bit more. But as you can see right here in this region, it was hitting it quite a few times. So you can see right here, it just kept hitting it a bunch of times. So that's kind of what I'm watching at the moment. Okay, also just regarding earnings, Ralph Lauren, I talked about this one when it broke this resistance line, and I stepped in and I got in it, and it was a great trade for quite a few days, and now earnings came out and it dropped. And this is one of the reasons why you don't hold stocks through earnings. They can tank and they can drop and they can wipe out all your profits and then some. So don't hold stocks through earnings, because this can happen. Yes, they can jump up sometimes $10, $20, but you'll get smacked around all over the place, so don't do it. And finally, Penney, the same thing. I've been talking about this one the last couple of days. Mentioned that when it broke this support line right here, that it was a great shorting opportunity. Me personally, I didn't short it, just because, I mean, at $16 a share, it doesn't have a great short. At least I didn't think so. It wasn't going to move that much, but it still really only moved about $4 or $5. So in either case, if you played it, fantastic. If you haven't, it's okay. There's others out there. Keep an eye out for different stocks and shorting opportunities. But this is what you do. You wait till the stock holds that support line, and when it breaks on nice heavy volume, that's when you enter. That's when you enter big. All right, that's it for today. Enjoy the day, and trade them well tomorrow.